roots hit hard, make the whole ball fall. Little bit sweet, little bit reckless. You can't hang, you can't handle Texas. Yeah. Hands up high if you feel this heat, dust in the air.
Hey, howdy, hey, hi. How are you doing out there, everybody? This is Boots, Stars, Guitars meets the Beat and the Business, BSG with Ralph Miguel, 100 Meter Scream, and myself, Tracy Two-Step. How's it going out there?
I'm doing great, Tracy.
You're doing good?
I'm doing good.
You are? Well, I bet you're doing great. So you're out in the Florida area, and we've got you here, lead singer of 100 Meter Scream, everybody. That's 100. You don't spell it. It is the number. 100 Meter Scream. Ralph Miguel with myself, Tracy Two-Step, here on BSG Presents The Beat in the Business. We have someone we are bringing you tonight that is I call him a mover, a shaker, a matchmaker, of all sorts of things. So community impact. And I just absolutely loved every piece of everything I was around when I attended an event. And as a matter of fact, I am now like besties. I have a friend that is like a sister to me now, and her station is now with us tonight. So shout out tonight to 99.9, my friend over there at KERB, shouting it out in Houston, Texas. Again, a one-star radio. Shout out to you, HGTV, my man out there, Louisiana, global television station, and HMG. You can always find us, Tracy Two-Step, follow that. But right now, I'm supposed to tell you to go to a specific place. I am live in multiple places right now. And I'm just going to say it's best to go to YT. And hello, TikTok. Nice to see you too. Hey, you're out in Florida right now, and I am out in the Texas. Hey, there she is. Hello. How's it going? Yep. You can always count on that. Y'all need to download 99.9. There she is. We love our partners there with KERB. KERB actually knows the guest that we have on tonight. Had a beautiful idea. Is it, wait a minute, we want to bring him back because this is how we all met. We all met because of Jay Reckless. So I think, Ralph, let's go ahead and grab him. You want to go ahead and grab the guest?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Let's do it. Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
How are you doing?
Doing good. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen you. How you doing, Mr. 100 Meter Screen? How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Jay?
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Y'all haven't met yet. So I definitely want to get Ralph, 100 Meter Screen, get them down here, see what's going on out there in the local community side. Now, look, I got to tell y'all, share this with your mother, your brother, your sister, your dog, your cat, your goldfish. Jay Reckless just popped up on this screen, and his background and everything around him, I'm like, dang, man. Like, I didn't even get mine all set up. I'm like, I'm jealous over here. I'm like, y'all really need to be looking at what I'm looking at. So, Jay, that get up behind you is awesome. Every bit of it, I see it. I see it. I see Run DMC. I see it all going on behind. Look at there. Look. You got Jim Master in there.
3 pieces. I'm actually in the process of putting them up. So there's a piece missing too.
Dang, I need to have you over here. The people that were over here today, I had to kick them out. I had a whole background scene. I was like, y'all got to go. It took too long. So it's nice to have you on. It is Jay Reckless, everyone. Jay is Jay. Reckless is RECKLESS. This, I'm spelling that because on radio, on podcast, yes, we're on TV and you can see it as well. But we want to make sure that everyone gets to follow what is going on with our creators, what is going on with our singers, songwriters, and those that are making moves to make that happen, because in a digital world of music, media, creating, we got to be able to do that. And that takes each one of us connecting with each other and following each other. And that means we take care of each other. Jay, that's a big point I'd like to talk about tonight. I actually do want to bring up the Music Awards, something that you've been involved with, and just hear a little bit more about you. And then Ralph, we'll get to meet you too. So welcome to the show, BSG.
First and foremost, before we get started, I need to give a big shout out to my son. He's been going. He plays football in high school. He's been going around to different colleges. He's been getting invited to these football camps. He did today. Houston Christian University the other day, University of Houston. Then he just got 2 more invites. So I just want to give a big shout out to my son Jackson. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm real proud of you.
Woo, that is really cool. I like that. I love that. We have to talk on some back channels. There's a reason. So what's on some back channels?
You mentioned the award show. Big shout out to Don Tino, SLM Award Show. That's where we met. I actually hosted the one we did in December. Like I said, I've been involved with them a few years. This past year was the first one I hosted. It was a dope experience this year for me, mainly because of the fact every artist that I managed got nominated for an award. Our artist Lil Drew 52 won newest hip hop artist of the year. Bobby Bless got runner up for new hip hop artist of the year. 2 of our artists got to perform, Dusty Hayes and T Phenomenon. And so it was a dope experience. Our DJ won a DJ of the year. So it was real dope experience. Like I said, I've been a part of it for a few years now, but to have people I manage and the team I work with, everyone involved and everyone be nominated for something, it was like a full circle moment. So it was really, really dope.
I had a great time. So what Jay is talking about is, so out here in Texas, the support local music. I had actually heard about it for a couple of years or so. And I was like, you know what? Everybody was going somewhere else at that point, further north in Texas. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go check out something that I've been really wanting to check out. I have a really good friend and brother, Scotty Frazier. That's all I'll say. I'll just say his name. I bet you probably have heard of him, but he is a brother to me. He's a fellow Marine, and he knows my nonprofit well, my son, and who I stand for. And so he was like, yeah, I really do believe that you should go and see what you think about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to come out there and see if I can meet some real people on the ground, because I need to meet more people who are making making a difference. Number one, that was Jay Reckless. And that was your first time hosting, Jay?
Yes, ma'am. That was my first time hosting the award show.
Wow. Okay, so support local music, right? We're all about support local music, no matter where you're at, support local music. However, what I noticed is, even for my buddy here, these are my partners, 100 Meter Scream. I said, listen, y'all should have been there with me, because what I saw was not a room full of country. What I saw was hip hop, rap, and there is a difference, y'all. Don't be trying to talk to me about this. There is spoken word. There was some country, not taking it over, but alternative and rock. I mean, this is the scene where someone like 100 Meter Scream would be like, okay, yeah, I'm at home in my element. And I was like, I think we found our people.
Well, one thing I love about the Support Local Music Awards is just the organization in general. It's exactly what it says: support local music, and regardless what genre. Especially if you come to the award show in December, it's every genre. You know, like she said, from hip hop to rock to trap to heavy metal. Everyone's on the stage. Everyone's performing. It's a dope experience. It really, really is. And I've hosted hundreds of shows from regular concerts, open mics, national tours, comedy shows, festival, you name it, I've done it. But working with Don Tino and his team and support local music that's something that I truly love doing. I hold that close to my heart for sure.
Yeah, I love every bit of that. And eventually we do want to get him on. I don't even think I met him that night, but I know that I'll definitely be back. So ironically, we have, so KERB 99.9, everybody, you can download 99.9 KERB, has become like family to me. And it happened because there was an open stool, nice person sitting there. Heck, if I knew. I mean, I just walked in, it's kind of like energy. And I was like, do you mind if I sit here? And had no clue that this lady was in the middle of waiting, like waiting, like who's going to get this? Which radio station's going to get it? No clue. We're just talking about life and people. And we were just like, we had known each other forever. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh no, because they called the name. She won. Your radio station one. I'm sitting there going, wait, what? Wait a minute. I was talking to you about this. I should have maybe said hello. But that goes to show you real people, real timing, connecting with others, not just for maybe what they do, but maybe because, that's the energy of getting along with those people to match. It was like an automatic hit. We got to know each other. It was a little after that, but we ended up getting to know each other, and it was just like she's right, she's over, a real connection, like a genuinely real connection. I can also say that I met someone else that night that left an impression. Jay, that was your wife. Your wife left a considerable impression on me, because anybody that's within the schools, whether they're a teacher, a principal, whatever your position is, to me, I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't. I had to do it during, the shutdown a little while. I did that for a year. I went back to 5th grade. Now it's like, HAIL, no. No. Hell no. No, you can't pay me $1 million to walk in there and do that job. So, but being involved in the community too. So tell us a little bit more over there, Jay, and I'm going to let Ralph talk as well.
Talking about being involved in the community, big shout outs. Man, we just did an event. This was amazing. This is honestly the greatest thing I've ever done. Like, so man, I'm trying to remember the name of the organization. I feel so bad right now. Oh my goodness. But anyway, it's a baseball organization that a good friend of mine, James Matlock, runs, and it's for the mentally and physically handicapped kids, and I went out there and I announced the game for them. I mean, those kids are amazing. Like they truly, truly are. They touched my heart. They really did. It was opening weekend for the baseball season, so they had a tournament going on, and just to work with the innocence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it. That's one thing I love, giving back, love doing things for the community, and that was amazing. I actually got welcomed back for next year. They want me back for Cops First Kids,
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. I got a thing going on with Smackwater. We're going to be doing a local tour. It's called Sunday Fun Day, so it'll start in the beginning of the middle of June. And every Sunday leading up to 2 weeks before school, kids, bring your kids, family, everybody come on now. Kids eat for free, snow cones, hot dogs, hamburgers, whatever you could think of.
You got music, right?
Yeah, he's amazing. We first time we worked together we did a 420 event. We actually made the news, Fox 26 News on that. So we'll be doing that. Everybody bring the kids out. We'll have more information on it coming soon. But like I said, it's going to be every Sunday up until 2 weeks before school, and then the last two weeks will be back to school drives.
You got it. Yeah, you got to get us a flyer, get us some information, and we'll keep announcing that out there too. See you all out there. I got your buddy popping up in here, Dusty Hayes.
Dusty Hayes, that's actually one of the artists I manage.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the artists that performed. He's amazing. He is so dope. Dusty.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see his message. He's like, yo, what's
I see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
some people
Dusty's
can't,
dope.
so I have to ask. He says, stay hazy, baby. It sounds like a good time then to get into who he is. Who is this individual saying stay hazy, baby?
Man, Dusty Hayes. I've been managing Dusty Hayes almost 2 years now. You can't call him a rapper, a R&B. You can't put him under anything, because any genre you give him, he's gonna kill it. He kills every single genre. I actually sent you his song, Jameson. That's one of his most famous songs. Another thing we're big into, I love taking my artists on the road. We're doing national tours right now. I took Dusty to Shreveport, Louisiana. We did a show with Charlie Boy back in January. Big shout out to my Guard to Grind team, Baby Savage, Sosa. Big shout out to everybody in Louisiana. And Dusty was a little nervous. Dusty, you look at he looked like a skater boy, long hair, and he was nervous. But I told him, like, these people are gonna love you. Be who you are, and bring it. And man, he killed it. He killed it. They loved him, and we had about 300-400 people in the building that night. And next time we brought him back, we went back in March for we did Lil Flip's birthday party, and I announced him on stage, and everyone, oh, I remember Dustin, man, this dude's dope. Like, and that's what I love, man. I love taking people out of their comfort zone, out of the state, out of our city. You know, I tell people our city, and this is for anybody, regardless what city you live in, that's not your target audience. You know what I mean? Get out your home, man, and get out your comfort zone and go see the world. And that's what we provide. That is what we provide.
And that's one of the reasons I have you here tonight, Jay, is because, you know, I do have, so 100 Meter Screen, we're all on the same nonprofit board. So we're big on community and the mission, and we bring the music. Music is universal language. It's medicinal. It's healing. You can do a lot through music. So our foundation takes that, and then we create the bridge into the community. So what we're looking to do is do exactly what you're doing, but break it down a little. So you have figured out how to do that. And that's where we are going back to break this down and how we can do that. And if I were to want 100 Meter Screen, this band has given and given and given. And I'm like, I want them to play in Texas. So instead of just coming here to give and give and give, I'm like, y'all need to be playing. As good as they are.
Let's make it happen.
I want it to happen. That was the main goal. As I was like, y'all have no clue. These guys, I mean, just blow me away. So I like all genres of music. Music is a creative art to me. It's I can listen to any type of music, and I might like it and I might not. You're going to know really fast too if you're on the show, because I like to move when I hear music. So, but it doesn't matter if I don't like it, because it's also about the creative parts of the music for me. So for other people, it's let's hear some good music. Let's get together. There's a lot of reasons that music has actually been a therapeutic tool in my life. And Ralph, I know you've been in music for a very, very long time. And they have been advising me nonstop, Jay, because nonstop I do get approached for multiple areas in the music lane. Not me as a woman, but me in music. Like, hey, Trace, come do this, come do that. And they're like, Tracy, we've been there.
Yeah, it's not my first rodeo, Jay. I've been almost doing this for almost a quarter of a century, and Tracy knows a little bit of the background. I mean, with Atlantic Records and all that, and so you know, and I've seen the landscape. It's full of mines, and you have to traverse it pretty carefully. I'm sure you know that. But something that impressed me about your long resume there, pretty impressive, was I saw a picture of you. I don't know if it was one of your podcasts, with a slice of pizza that was the size of your torso. Dude, that immediately caught my eye. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh no, Ralph and the food.
Yeah, I mean, we're the band now. We're foodies now, man. We traded in a lot of other stuff, and now it's food and rock and roll.
Yes,
so,
yes.
I brought them to Houston, and they were like, "We're going to gain 100 pounds before we
did."
So let's talk about that two. I did a 2 for pizza challenge. Oh, and before I forget, I'm looking at my live. Just Amazing Youth Sports. That's who I was working with. This is Days Matlock. Big shout outs to them. So that pizza you seen. Big shout outs to Fat Boys Pizza. They do a 2-foot pizza challenge, and you have 7 minutes to eat it. So I'm a foodie myself. I love doing food challenge. I've done that. I've done a 8-pound potato challenge. I've done a hot chip challenge, which I'm doing that again on Thursday. So big shout outs to the horror show. I'll be on their show Thursday night. My guy Joe Figueroa. But keep in mind, I do food challenges. I'm a foodie. I'm not a competitive eater. You know, I've never won a food challenge.
Well, if we come to Texas with the full band, I want you to sign up my drummer for one of the food challenges. He's not going to look like he might win, but he's going to surprise a lot of people. Being a drummer, the guy looks like Gumby. Okay, he's like this, right? But he can put down an extraordinary amount of food. So so that was. How's it taste, by the way? Is the
food's good. It's good pizza. It's really good. I've done it 4 times. I've never won. Like I said, they give you 7 minutes to do it. But if you beat the world record, they'll give you $10,000.
What's the world record?
The world record is 38 seconds by Joey Chestnut out of Minnesota.
Wait. Hold
Can
on a second.
can y'all do that? 38 seconds for what?
Wait, hold on. You mean that huge slice was eaten in 38 seconds?
Yes, sir. Two-foot pizza. It's called the 2-foot pizza challenge. The world record, you get 7 minutes to eat it, but the world record is 38 seconds by Joey Chestnut. If you could beat that, they will give you $10,000.
I don't even know how that.
$10,000. Y'all listen.
And you can look it up on YouTube. Just look up Joey Chestnut 2-foot pizza challenge, and it's gonna pop up. He did it in the original one, that the original Fat Boys Pizza in New Orleans, Louisiana.
The thing is that people now they're not seeing that slice like I did. The slice was I'm not Tracy. That slice
That's a kid.
was Jay Reckless'
2 feet is a kid.
torso. It was like 2 feet. I mean, the thing was like at least like 2 feet wide. So I'm trying to understand how this guy can put that away in 38 seconds. That
it was $10,000. That's how
they roll it. They roll it and then just nonstop. It's crazy. I don't know, but I actually
cut out what I just did.
Like I said, I've done that 4 times. I think I want to say the second time I did it, I also run a podcast, the Reckless Talk podcast, and the second time I did it, we had Roger Clemens on the show that time.
Oh wow!
And he came and brought, and I knew I was gonna have a chance to meet him that night, but I didn't know he was gonna be on my show. Like he made a surprise appearance. He came out and brought me.
Cool.
So that was a good experience also.
Okay, well, man,
for 10K, we're gonna find a way. I like that one,
dude. You blew me away. You blew me away with that. I'm definitely gonna be looking that up. I need to see that with my own eyes.
Well, I just want to keep referencing. We are talking about pizza. I already got a message out there that was like, because I kind of like, oh, put your hand down, Tracy. So put your hand down. This is some music. We're a community impact music. Tonight, it is all about in the industry, your movers, your shakers. So the beat within the business is not just about a beat in music, it's a heartbeat. So I try to get people to understand this. Like this show, on any level, we can relate to multiple things, but we always have music because all of us are in music. So I was gonna grab Dusty. You want me to grab Dusty Hayes, the Jameson song really quick for them?
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's do that, Ralph.
Yeah.
Let's do it, everybody. It is Dusty, just like it sounds. Haze, Dusty Hayes. The name of the song is Jameson. Ralph's probably laughing over there because I got a lot of Jameson songs. Here we go. Dusty Hayes.
I've been sitting here all damn night thinking of how I could have done just a little more than I did just to keep you here. But would that be any different than the times before? Late nights passed out on the floor, 'cause I can't cope with demons of a past I haven't lived. Oh, Jameson, scars I keep opening up just to feel alive. Won't you have my back and hold me up? 'Cause I've been drowning in the waters made by my own eyes. And times when I just don't know. It's funny how the one thing I should live without is the one thing that makes me feel inside, makes me feel alive. Just one more time, let me tell you, it's an endless cycle of hell and self-abuse. I can't live without, it's been way too long. So Jameson, won't you hold me? Won't you comfort scars I keep opening up just to feel alive? Won't you have my
that. I like that. So that is Dusty Hayes. I was shouting out over here. We've got a live audience going on multiple areas right now. One of those, yeah, you do. You need this on the station vibe. Yes, you do. I've got a lot coming to you. So 99.9, don't you worry. You'll be like, uh-oh. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. We are about to do a whole lot together. We are about to do a whole lot. I'm about to bring in as much indie music as you could possibly get in a station. And so that is my goal, is to get indie music popping out of there at least 2 days. I can get you flowing back to back 48 hours of just people we talk to. So I'll get with Jay too. But yes, we do want to get on there. We do want to get KERB to have, when I'm on there, Tracy Two-Step, we got 100 Scream, we got Jay Reckless, we got all of us. We literally can fill 2 days on that radio station full with indie artists. That is my goal.
I tell you what, I got thousands of tracks in my emails of indie artists.
There you go.
I can send y'all a lot. Big shouts to KRP, man. As y'all can see my shirt, if y'all can see it on the live, that's another one.
Yeah.
T Phenomenon, he's my most recognized artist. National tours with Afro Man. He's a comedic hip hop artist. We got Nikki Danger. We got Bang Boy. We got Chuck Star out of San Antonio. Like we got a bunch of dope artists.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, you just got to get it to me. That's what I told her. I was like, I tell everybody, I'm like, you just got to get it to me. They're like, all right,
I got you.
I'll get it to
you. I already told them, because we have a bunch of interviews coming up. Because we're also me and my business partner, the Mad Dabble, also known as JBB, we're putting together a music festival, Texas Hempstock Music Festival, September 12th and 13th. So I got all my artists right now converting their music radio ready play. So we also got radio this Sunday in San Marcos also. So
you got it. I need to talk to you just based on that date. There is a reason. I won't get into it heavy on this show, but there is a reason. Something that went down recently and fell through. That date is important, and the next weekend is important. Ralph, you know why? Yeah. It's called Gold Star Family Day. A lot of people don't even know what it is, but it is something that we are highly involved in and need to do something about. Everybody feels like that is a day that's nothing but going to a funeral, and it is, because nobody knows what it is. And what it needs to be is a day of coming out and honor and celebrate in music and include us. You know, we may have lost our loved one, but yeah, we need to have something that needs to be done. So we'll talk about that at a later time, but that's at the end of September. So you just hit on something there. Like, Jay, I will be calling you.
Cool. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Ray Swoop, man. Me and him got something going on right now. I just partnered with him, so we're gonna be doing some stuff for the FIFA World Cup this month. So big shout out to Ray, man. So I'm real excited about that, and I appreciate you involving me. And it's we got so much going on. I love it. We are busy.
Ray is family. Ray's family over here. So Ray Swoop, SWOOPE. I got to get in touch with him. Ray Swoop is family out there in Houston, and he's doing a lot too. Especially once we got to where you were, all things started kicking in a different direction. That's one example right there. Ray Swoop is an example of. I went to, I'm not gonna say who, but some of my people, and I was like, look, give me one name, just one name when I walk in there, and they actually gave me your name. I'm not going to say who it is. And they said, all you need to do when you walk in is find this person. And it was Jay Reckless. It was not anybody else. It was like, that is the only person you need to find that night. And actually found you by accident. So that's even better.
That's amazing. That's dope. Big shout out to whoever gave my name. That's what's up.
And I brought Ray, and I was like, Ray, this is, you need to listen to me. You're going and I'm going, and let's go. So yes, big shout out to Ray Swoop out there. Ray will be back. Ray is busy. Ray is all about being on the stage. He is all about performing, y'all. So he is not gone. We just getting on the stages. He has been involved in our foundation, and he will always be a part of our family. Uh,
He
as-
performed at a few of my shows too. He's a dope artist,
yeah.
real dope artist. Hell yeah! Oh
Yeah,
man,
he was
yeah.
telling me that he was between that and he was up in Louisiana. We've got our friends over there. Cutting Edge, the music conference is coming up. We'll be speaking out there. Henry Turner is out there. Eric Cager, a lot of really good musicians. Every genre, but some blues, the listening room, you name it. These are some people that I'd love to introduce you to. But it's also called Cutting Edge with a C. So Cutting Edge Music Conference, Jay, is something that I want to talk to you about on the back channels, not right now.
Okay.
I can talk about that. I'm going to go speak at that. Ralph will be there as well, 100 meter screen. It would be one of the number one places I would say to attend. So talking to indie artists, I'm like, you need to go here and just listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. At least there, maybe not on everything, but there are some areas. So 100 meter scream here tonight with Jay Reckless. Jay, we just heard Dusty Hayes. So let me back this up a minute. Not only are you in music, you have a picture you sent me right here. I want to pull that back up with this. And it is Reckless Talk Management Promotions.
Yes, ma'am.
So
yes, ma'am.
you're managing artists, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You are also a singer-songwriter.
No, I don't. Everyone thinks that. I am not an artist. I was an artist for like 3 days. I was an artist. That lasted 3 days. So I had a moment when I was in Canada. I used to freestyle. You know, I'm pretty good freestyling. Okay. No one asked me to freestyle. So I went to Canada back in 2010, and my brother signed me up for this open mic, but it was a big name Canadian artist there. I told him no. He signed me up anyway. So I ended up going on stage and having a freestyle battle with this artist, and that video blew up. So if y'all can find this video, anybody listening, anybody watching, it was in 2010. I want to say January, February 2010 at St. Mary's University in Halifax, Nova Scotia. That is in Canada. But that would be the last video you would see me on stage actually performing.
Oh, okay. Y'all heard that. Shout out. Y'all find that for us and send it on over. You got a big shout out right here that I had to pull up from Jackson.
That's my son Jackson. We talking about at the beginning of the show. What's up, son?
Yeah, congrats there, Jackson. Keep going over there. I'm going to talk on the back channels on that. You've got yes, definitely. I'm over here talking to not only the live audience with you, we also have a whole live audience over here that is interested. And send me your messages. Send me what you'd like for me to ask as well. I don't understand that question, but we are in a live show right now, which is TV. It is radio, more than one station, and it is a podcasting company. So we have multi-broadcasting media amongst us, which Jay understands. So Jay understands many levels of this industry when it comes to broadcasting. So when it comes to the side of technology and building up the show and building it all up, getting it together, creating it, tearing it down, mark it again, build it, but write it, the bios, the brands, there's something to be said there, right? You really got to have the right person that can do that. So
people just see a 60-minute show and don't understand what it takes to make that happen. What makes that happen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Management. It's a quick story actually how I got into management. This all started with a podcast. And I had T Phenomenon on my show a few years ago. We play his music. They're playing it in the club. Next thing you know, it's in the club. And then for almost like I love telling this. I've told the story thousands of times. But he seen something in me that I didn't see, you know, and almost every day for 6 months, you know, Jay be my manager, Jay be my manager. And my answer was always the same thing. I'm not a manager. And then within 6 months, he was like, hey, Jay, look, I'm going to ask you again to be my manager. But before you say no, just hear me out. You know, he basically was saying like how everything I do for him and for all the artists we work with is what managers do already. And he was like, Jay, be my manager. And that was the day I started my management company. T was my first artist I managed, but she's still on the team. And here we are 3 years later, and we're killing it.
All right, Jay, be my manager. Watch out. Watch out. It is a lot of work. So hats off to you and what you do. 100-meter scream, Ralph. I have never heard you this quiet. It is because I'm going on and on and on.
Yeah. Well, no, I wanted to ask Jay because he's got so many. He multitasks on so many areas. How many artists would you say you're representing now, Jay?
Let's see. We have Nikki, T, Dusty, Chuck Star, and Bank Boy. So we got 5 right now.
Oh, okay. You got 5. All right. And you got them all like performing all around town and out of town.
Yeah, we're everywhere. We're all over the place. Whether it's in town, in different cities, out of state, everyone's everywhere.
Well, I like what you said earlier, and this goes, I guess, for pretty much any area or any major city in the country, that you have to get out of your comfort zone. Like where we're at down in Miami, South Florida, it's you can only sustain that for only so long. You have to just come out, go like to Central Florida or Orlando. We've played actually, in Louisiana and other parts in the States too. And you just can't stay home based because there's only so far you're going to get. And you have to make it. It's not easy, logistically. You know how it goes with artists and bands. Everybody has their jobs, but you have to have that desire. And it's a commitment. And I'm sure you know about that. I'm sure you've spoken to your artists. It's a labor of love. That's what sometimes some people come into the business or they want to be an artist. They don't understand. It's practically another job. It's a job that basically it's you're not getting paid. It's a lot of sweat equity that you got to put into this before you even see a dime. Okay. And usually when the dime comes in, it's put right back into your business, into the band. So before you can even make a so-called profit that, you go from the red, just not even to the black, just into that little gray zone, takes quite a long time. And they don't understand that. But, if you believe in what you're doing, and you have enough verification from others saying, hey, you got what it takes, and got other people pushing you, it's worth the try of doing it. And I always told the artists, because when it's all said and done, you don't want to look back and say, what if? That's probably the worst thing you can ever have is the what if, So also wanted to ask you, any of your artists ever collaborate with any rock bands? I've always noticed in like the rap or hip hop community, going back into the 80s, there's always been like a crossover, like right behind you, Run DMC with Aerosmith, I Walk This Way. And then Dr. Dre with, believe it or not, a band called Sonic Youth. And also, I think the Anthrax, metal band. Yes. They collaborated, with some New York, I guess, rappers and hip artists. So I'm just wondering if you've come across that. And of course, you have rappers that have crossed over and done, like, I guess, even metal albums. Look at Ice-T.
Yeah, that's actually a big thing. That's coming back now. That trend is coming back. I know a few of the artists are working on a few things we can't speak on right now. I know Dusty, like I said, with him touching so many different genres, he's always doing collabs, and regardless what kind of artist he does a collab with, is going to be a crossover because of the way he works or what he does. You know what I mean? Also, you touched on going out of town, and like you said, and that goes for everybody. Even me as a host. Like one of my favorite cities is California. We visit on Los Angeles. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, it's amazing when your city shows you love. But when you go halfway across the country or wherever, out of state, out of city, and they show you just as much love, if not more, it means so much more, because when you're home, you're gonna have people that applaud for you because they're family and friends. But when you're going around people that don't know you and they're chanting your name, that's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different ballgame.
That right there is like saying, wow, I've crossed that threshold, because like you said, it's not friends and family or the people that tell you what you want to hear, not what you know what I'm saying? It's like it definitely you enter a different level. And I saw that you actually had you were at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
Yes.
Hosting down there.
That was at Afro Man's birthday party.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
That's a legendary place, man. I mean, you were talking about
Yeah,
all the
it's
legendary bands.
just the name. Just you mentioned the name gives me chills because, like, I
Yeah.
tell people, man, just to be on that stage, you know what I mean? Like, you know how many legends been on that
Oh,
stage? You know what I mean? For me to have that opportunity, you know, and for the reason I was there, you know, and that's another story. Like, I was never supposed to be there. I was not supposed to be there. Like, literally, we're on this national tour with Afro Man a few years ago, and last stop on tour for us, we're in New Mexico. Me and T Phenomenal, it's 7:30 in the morning. Me and T Phenomenal, we're outside of the hotel, and we get a phone call, you know, telling us like how they love the work we're doing, and they love T and blah blah blah, and you know, hey, we're giving you a personal invite to my birthday party in Hollywood next week. And I was like, we're there, you know, 100% we're there. But like I tell people all the time, this is our last stop on tour. We are broke. I have $300 in my pocket to get us home. But I told them we're going to be there because there's certain situations where you make it happen. You make it happen because those scenarios, those chances might never come back around. And like I told T, as soon as I get off the phone, I said, look, we taking this $300 and we going to Hollywood. I said, I don't know how we get home, but we're going to figure it out. If we got to sleep in the car, if we got to take showers at 24-hour fitnesses, I already got a whole list, a whole plan and everything, but we're going to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't have to do all that. We came coming up with some more sponsorship money, you know what I mean? So it worked out, and we ended up going to Vegas. You know, we still had a whole week. We went to Vegas. Afro Man put a birthday party together there. You know, T got to perform. I hosted it. I get off stage and Fro was like, y'all still coming next week? I said, yes, sir. He was like, you know, you're hosting my birthday party, right? And that was just, you know what I mean? It's like, if you believe in the journey, then man, never stop. And there's going to be haters. There's going to be people telling you they don't agree with your decisions.
Oh, yeah.
Because your story, your journey is not for everybody, and it's not for everybody to understand or see. So as long as you believe it, go for it.
That's really well said. That's really well said because I think every artist, and I've ran into that even now, you know, people who are just detractors, and it's because, you know what, they don't have the guts to do it. You know, they rather play it safe, you know, and look, you know, the outcome's not guaranteed, but like I said earlier, if you don't try, you're never going to know. And the not knowing's the worst part. You know, but real quick, after the Whiskey A Go-Go gig, did you guys walk down to La Brea to Pink's, the famous hot dog place?
Right there? No, we didn't. What we do after? I don't even remember. That was a few years back. One thing I can say, we met a lot of amazing people. One being Awesome Ray Ray. I kept in contact with him. He's actually gonna be he's out of Washington D.C. He's gonna be performing at our music festival in September. And it really that tour, being in Hollywood, that blew up my career, that blew up T's career. I've literally been every weekend since, and that's been 3 years ago. You know, yeah, that was amazing. That was an amazing time. And now we're doing national tours ourselves. Big shout outs to my business partner, Baby Savage, the Gods of Grind himself. We're doing a 50-city tour with Gunplay from Love and Hip Hop right now. We're putting the tour together for Bone the Mac. We've worked with Lil Flip, Charlie Boy, Master P. It's been amazing. The grind, the journey, it's been amazing. And to be able to, and it just hasn't blown my career up, but every artist I work with and the artists I manage, it's helped their career too. You know what I mean? Like I said, if I win, we all win. I'm taking everybody with me that's been a part of this journey.
And what I like what you just said, the grind, something that people realize, the grind never ends. You go to the next level, even if it's a more successful level, there's extra grinding, you know, hopefully, and the right type of grinding, you know, you know. So, and what's important, we were talking about this with Tracy last week. It's also important to surround yourself with good people, because that's also
they were afraid for me.
Yeah, it's a key component. Jay, I'm sure you know this, right? You yourself have been around now, and I'm sure you've seen all sides of it. you come back to like, not only the sweat equity and the grinding, but also you finally ending up with the right people around you, which is it's not easy and it takes time. Sometimes it takes a bit of time.
Yeah, I've had people, I'm not gonna say his name, give him no type of shout out like that, but there was an individual that was going around using my name and my company name to try to book shows. But where he messed up was he was going to venues that people I've done business with that know me. So the first thing they did was call me, And the same thing with artists. He would go to artists and have my name and business name in contracts. You know what I mean? Well, so like you said, it's very important to make sure you're with the right crowd. In saying that, big shout outs to Baby Savage, Guards of Grind. Big shout outs to Dion Garcia, A1 Music Empire, Houston City Beats. Like that's my teams right there. Amazing people, amazing organizations, and I know I can call them or anything I need. Even if it's just a conversation, they're not gonna lie to me and they won't steer me wrong. So big shout outs to all, especially my guy Dion Garcia. For real, that's been my guy for years. So big shout outs to A1 Music Empire.
That's good.
Ralph, the word tonight, it based networking. So networking within each other and one another is the big word tonight I'm hearing, and collaborating. You got Dusty over here jumping in the comments like, wait, collab. I'm like, I got you. I saw you, Dusty. I saw you talking about wanting to collab. West Coast, we'd have to talk. That is one of the reasons that Ralph and 100 Meter Scream and Gloria and I, we are all in business together and a foundation, and that foundation has a mission. So, and when they give me guidance, they're giving it to me so that, in the world of entertainment, in the world of whether we are hosting, whether we are writing a song, whether we're performing, no matter what it is, a label, you name it, whatever's being thrown out there, we always want to make sure we're watching each other's back, we're taking care of each other, but we're also doing that main common ground, and that's that mission that we're on. And so, 100 Meter Scream, I mean, she was there. Gloria, I got to shout her name out because I couldn't do this. Honestly, I couldn't do anything I'm doing without some of the people that are with me. It is not just me. So if it weren't for other people, and so there is someone who, when they came to me, and I'm not going to say their name actually, when they said, this is the one person I want you to go meet, I hadn't even met your man, Ray Swoop, yet. But when I met him, I took him because I was like, you know what? I know where you need to go. I have a feeling you need to go where I'm going. So there were a lot of different moves, changes, not because something is wrong, but because you always should be moving and turning and meeting and networking. And to me, that is exactly how it happens. It comes from the mission that we're on, the networking to the networking to the networking. So if you get stuck on the West Coast, we got you. You get stuck over there in the Florida area, I'd have to call 100 Meter Scream. But of course, Jay and I are in and around somewhat of the same area too. So for instance, I had 100 Meter Scream here, and we were helping out a friend's festival that needed some stuff going on. Great individual. I am going to try to bring them with me this year because I'm like, I can't believe y'all have not attended. You need to listen to me. So, but getting 100 Meter Scream here, I got to get them gigs. And, they are not country. They are not, and everybody thinks Texas is all about country. Well, Houston, from what I'm told and from what I know, I don't know everything, but I'm guaranteeing you there are clubs that for your music, 100 Meter Scream, that alternative rock, although they can do multiple genres, they have no clue that door I walked in was their home.
Yes.
It was like, oh, shoot.
So that spot, big shout out to Scott Bart, like for the type of music he does, that's the perfect spot because that's what they're known for. But yeah, there's plenty of spots all over Houston for sure, definitely.
Okay. So see, I don't know that.
Just thinking off the top of my head, big shout out to my guy Mike Scream. That's who you would want to hook up with out here.
That's where 100 Meter Scream comes. I'm like, man, I do not know yet, but I will make it a mission to figure it out. So because I do know that everybody keeps saying Houston's diverse. Tracy, they've got that whole alternative scene going on. I'm like, I haven't seen it yet. So I got to have somebody who knows what they're talking about to like actually take some action and get them back down here. So
yeah, Houston is definitely a melting pot when it comes to music. You know, I'm originally from New York, and it reminds me of New York in a lot of ways, not culture wise, but just the melting pot wise, as far as the music community. For sure, definitely for sure. Because I do a lot of work with a crew minor. They are dope. They're like a trap, rock, rap. You know, they do a little, and it's real dope. So I think you do amazing out here. They actually won. I did a contest to open up for Little Flip when we did his birthday party in March, and they actually won. They were the only group there that wasn't hip hop, and they won that competition.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm going to connect the two of you all, but I mean, they're on the board. Like that's like my right arm over there, Gloria, that's beside them. So their manager, I mean, she's like my other half. I can't complete everything we're doing with even our mission within the foundation. So I've already got Maliva. I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to say exactly where she's at right now, but even Maliva, who's getting involved in our foundation because of everything we stand for. So yeah, we definitely have a lot to connect on. But moving forward, we got Dusty blowing us up over here with his music. And then I've got a couple more over here that you sent in as well tonight. So I was curious. I'm looking at one right now. I'm looking at one. You've got another one about gimmicks.
Many gimmicks. Oh
yeah.
My goodness. Yes.
What is up with that one?
Oh my goodness. So that's cool because so Jameson, that shows his vocals, you know what I mean? And then Many Gimmicks is gonna show how diverse he is. Let's just leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. He is so diverse.
He said leave it. Okay. I'm gonna leave it. Here it is, Dusty. It is Dusty Hayes. Here we go.
Style, you've been caught up in the crowd, inching closer, selling out. Now it's going full of south. I've been saying, watch them out. Take a second, shut it down. Yeah, the loving or the peace be get this loud mouths. Turn it into another version. The playable heard it like a shot around the world. You can see him peeking through the curtains. Always looking, always watching, always talking in the locking. Many packs with all these versions of what y'all been rocking. It's just a mystery how this one love is turned our history into a played out gimmick games. Just me, I guess I'll just let it be. Well, everybody want a blessing, everybody wanna see second coming of a good man. We can reconnect the family, and everybody do believe in the people's melody. So take a second to just breathe, and you may drift into complete. A couple stems, we can pick them out while we chillin' at the house. Think I'm sewn into this couch, that's okay, I'm coming round. Couple bad vibes in my past, but I'm fine now. Overzealous, overjoyed, every other rhyme. How do we learn to overcomplicate? Participate in such a lack of action, and we wonder why the needle break. All the feeble people take a little extra time, but you still sitting there on long time, worry about your last dime. It's just a mystery how this one look turned our history into a played out gimmick, man. It really gets to me, I'll just let it be. Well, everybody want a blessing, everybody wanna see second coming of a good man. We can reconnect the family, and everybody do believe in the people's melody. So take a second to just breathe, and you may drift into complete like me.
Hey.
My goodness. All right, Dusty. This is Dusty Hayes. Oh my goodness. So 100-meter scream. You know immediately when I heard that what I was thinking. We were just on a phone call. Something just happened, and I ended up calling it MST. Gloria would remember. We just had a massive phone call. It is about the music we just listened to. He just switched that all up. Like, see, I talk about reggae. She's calling it Caribbean. And I'm like parrot heads to reggae to Caribbean, whatever you want to call it. It was an accident is what happened. And out of that accident is called MST. So I'm just going to shoot it. And like Dusty needs to do that. Like he already killed it instead of the other artist. You know what I'm talking about, Ralph? So yeah. Gloria will 100-meter scream. So Gloria will remember this. They accidentally said something. And I was like, I already got you. So I sent it back and they were making jokes. Group text, group text. You got label people, you got networking people, you got people that are penny pinching, accounting people. And I'm over here just networking, like just are we doing the contract or what? And everybody's like either laughing or not. And I'm like, something's not vibing here. So, and they're putting in the wrong time zones and everything. And next thing I know, they're all like MST and laughing. I got him. I turned around and I shot back a song and I was like, I already got you on what's going on here. That was MJT time is what was happening. So I called it MST and I'm like, here you go. Here's y'all's song. You need to get back to me with your artist when you're ready. But it was a whole scenario of what the heck was it's like this whole other world that I was in, got introduced in, but I was like, wait a minute, this actually happens, doesn't it, Ralph? So 100-meter scream, I turned around and I went, wait a minute, I already know what you're talking about. Here's the song. It's called MST. So while y'all are over there on MJT, I was on MST time. I was already ahead of you. So that was just me being silly. But it really is a song. It really is a song. So MST, whole nother show. Let's just say that one. Dusty Hayes, it is all that. Yes, I love it. It's all love, man. I love it. He's over there. Yeah. He's engaging in here. Here he is right here. He says it's all man. It's all love, man. FR. What do y'all think he's saying there? I'm curious to see if everybody knows.
I don't know, but he reminds me a bit of I'm trying to remember the name of the singer from the band Sublime. Where it goes, I don't practice Santeria.
Oh yeah.
I forgot the guy's name, but he's got that vibe which I like, so it's got a good voice. So yeah, he's cool.
Is that considered dad rock now?
Sublime, I'm not sure about Sublime. They might fall in that category.
It might, huh?
I don't know, man. It just happened to me recently. So you talked about, your congratulatory on what's going on with you at home. I got one that's probably the same age, and I just got told that recently. They were like, that's what we call dad rock stuff now. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, that's what we call dad rock. That's not even what we're into. I'm like,
there's another term. I think they also call it a divorced dad too. So
well, I won't say dad rock. I was gonna leave it.
Yeah, I know, but they got the dad rock and divorced dad rock.
Divorced dad rock is what
something like that.
I was leaving it at dad rock, but I was like, interesting. Okay, so whatever they're renting out these party cruises. There you go. But no, you do not have to be divorced to go around my kind of music. I'm just looking for good people. So. But yes, that one and being glazed. So, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming up around us. And Jay, when I saw your kid over there saying, hey to Pops, I was like, yeah, we both got one in here telling us like what time it is. Like, I know what time it is because he'll tell me, nope. Watch out. Don't even say it. Don't even embarrass yourself or me. So what else do we have going on over there, Jay Reckless? You're on tonight right now.
Man, what do we have coming up? Like I said, I got another interview on the horror show Thursday. Sunday, we're in San Marcos for another radio interview. I actually have a flag football tournament I got going next Saturday. I think that's the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. We're doing a flag football tournament. Then we have, like I said, we got that the weekly local tour Sunday Fun Day we're doing every Sunday leading up to 2 weeks before school.
And that's in Houston.
Yes, ma'am. June 17th, I'm in New Orleans with Baby Savage and Gunplay. We got the what is it called? We got a celebrity boxing match we got going on out there. And then
I'm there too.
July 11th and 12th, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's another 3 shows. We got part of the tour we're doing with Gunplay. July 10th in Waco, 11th in Austin, and July 12th in San Antonio, which we'll also be doing radio interviews on the 12th in San Antonio also. And then we have I'm sorry, that's not part of Gunplay. That's with the Bone to Mac. That's the Bone to Mac tour we're doing. That'll be Bone to Mac those days. And then we have Don Tino's birthday party. I'll be hosting that at Scout Bar. We got that in July, August, I think.
I do want to know about that one. You definitely got to keep me tuned in to that one. And then I'm actually in New Orleans that whole week, June 16th
cool.
on. I'm there. So I'm curious, like, what part you're at, because I'm probably
we'll be in New Orleans.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
so,
I gotta find out. I just know we got a celebrity boxing match we gotta be at in New Orleans. I just got word on it the other day.
If it weren't music, my other everybody knows is boxing and UFC. I'm a freak when it comes to boxing and UFC. So you have to let me know. I'll be there.
I'll definitely call Savage and get the address and everything for that for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely will be there. So I'll be there. My kid's actually going with me too. So we'll be there in New Orleans. We're here with Jay Reckless tonight, out here with 100 Meter Scream, and myself, Tracy, two-step. Yes, I see your message saying, Dad Rock, because you want to get me again. I love it. Shouting it out there, 99.9. Maliva's trying to get me over here, get me to crack it up. We're over here live with Jay Reckless over here. Again, you spell that RECKLESS, Jay Reckless, hosting everywhere that you are going, Jay. I'm very, very curious. I want to get more involved, get my feet on the ground out there and get more going on, not just for me, but for everyone else. And then again, one of my newest family members, we've become that close. And individuals that we want to do more work on the ground that I've got down by you is Maliva. So he knows who that is when I say that name. Everybody else, I'm going to let you wonder. But shout out. It's 99.9 out there, our partner in Houston. So loving over here in the comments. Look at her. She wants me to talk about Dad, right?
Also, I wanted to touch on, I know we spoke about it a little bit earlier, the music festival we got going in San Marcos, September 12th and 13th. Like I said, it's called Texas Hempstock Music Festival. Big shout out to JBB, the Mad Dab, my business partner, we're putting this together. Big shout out to the city of San Marcos. They're actually one of our biggest sponsors. I want everyone to bring the family, bring the kids. It's family friendly. Yes, the word hemp, don't let the word hemp scare you away. What we actually do, it's also educational. Also, we get state representatives that's pro hemp, and they come and speak about the hemp laws. You know what I mean? So, man, bring the family. It's a free event, two-day festival. Bring the family. It's something for everybody. Something for everybody. And we're gonna have a bunch of dope artists and bands from all over the country performing. Dusty Hayes being one of them. Awesome Ray, T Phenomenon, and Nikki Danger, the four artists that I have. They'll be performing also. So y'all definitely come on out.
What was the date again on that one, Jay?
September 12th and 13th. September 12th.
Yeah, that's the one that you and I need to get together on, because it's not far from me, and it's exactly where I had 100 Meter Scream, and we were down there. We were helping some people. So, yeah, we definitely wanted to talk about that one, September 12th to the 13th. It's in San Marcos. There we go. He's shouting it out right there, September 12th to the 13th. San Marcos, Texas again. And so we're going to have to go down to San Marcos again there to be different this time.
I'm excited for this year. I'm really definitely. We did it last year in Weberville, Texas on an 80-acre ranch. People camped out all weekend. We had about 1,500 people show up. And we're expecting double, if not triple, that number this year.
All right, I like it. I'll get with some of my people. You do have any spots open for artists?
Yes, artists, if you want to perform, reach out to me, please. On Facebook, it is J Reckless, J-A-Y, Reckless with an R. On Instagram, Reckless Talk 718. Reach out to me. There is an application fee, and I'm gonna tell you now, you're not guaranteed to get picked. We're not charging artists to perform. It is a $10 application fee, though. And the reason why we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of applicants filling out these applications, and we only have a limited spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I said, if you're willing to spend that $10 to fill out the application and it get reviewed, you might get picked, you might not. You know, but it's definitely if you want a chance to perform, even with vendors. Same thing with vendors. If you want to be a vendor, reach out to me and I'll send you the information to fill out the form for it, and let's make it happen.
See, I'd rather be there as my foundation and then have 100 meter scream on the stage.
Yep.
Instead of me.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, it's really refreshing to hear how you explain this concisely and put the disclaimer out there that, you know what? Hey, it's $10, you know, at there. And basically, you know, you might get picked, you might not. Because I've seen a lot of other, you know, promoters and all that. They never use that kind of, you know, like disclaimer. They just say, hey, $10, sign up, and they leave it at that. And I guess technically by law, they don't really need to tell you, but it just shows that you're a man of character. You know, you're kind of like being very upfront with that, and that's refreshing to hear, because it's like, you know, you enter the music industry or business as they call it. It's like what's a good analogy? It's like almost like, you know, when you're going into like some trail into the woods and it says beware of like mountain lion or beware of wildlife. It's like when you're entering the music business, it's like beware of grifters, you know. So, and that's why our manager, Dr. G, who's also has Tracy's back, has been very pivotal in that. She's like almost like a big huntress with like a big automatic 12 gauge. Kind of like it just in the
yes, Tracy.
sense.
No, Tracy.
Yeah, just basically, watch our back, and we could never be more grateful, you know. So and now it's like I've learned so much years after the fact, you know. So, but kudos to you, man, for being, you know, very precise on how you explain, you know, the whole process. I'm impressed with that.
Again, I'm very used to the festival side. So I am used to the festival side. I'm used to the nonprofit side. I'm used to being the person that's like, hey, I'll be over here, or I'll do your interview over here, or whatever. Like, I'd rather be doing that. And then I'll put you, Ralph. You can go up on a stage. Or something like Jay, where just chatting it out there. I really don't want to be like a focal point on a stage long term as an artist. I love
I'm gonna be on the stage for 2 days. I'm not gonna lie. Last year was the first festival I done, like hosted, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't ready. I thought I was, but 22 plus hours of hosting in 2 days. And we did it in the summertime last year. We learned our lesson, and that's why we're doing it in September this year.
Yes.
But
yes, it's a lot.
It really is. It's an amazing time.
Is it a one-stage festival or 2 stages?
I know we're doing 2. We're trying to have 3.
Oh wow.
We'll definitely have 2 this year.
It's right where I had y'all at, Ralph. So right where I had y'all come into town.
Yeah, San Marcos.
I remember. Stuff. Yeah.
That's pretty historic that time. When we were driving, you were telling me like, hey, Willie Nelson performed here, and a lot of the classic outlaw country guys that I like.
My daughter went to school out there. It's not far from me at all. Great question. KERB, remote interviews. Are those available there?
Yes.
So yes, you see this? I'm shaking my head. Jay's shaking his head. And so I'm saying yes too. So I'm saying yes.
It's definitely encouraged, highly encouraged.
Yeah. And I've got equipment. So I would much rather do that, to be honest with you, than and then you can use the beautiful voice of all of you put together. So it sounds like it's going to be an interesting festival, but not just that one. You mentioned the one in July too. I caught that. So you got something coming up there in July. You're gonna have to start sending me like flyers, and that
Oh
way
yeah,
as I'm
July.
going through.
That's the Bone to Mac, July 10th, 11th, and 12th, Waco, Austin, and San Antonio. Yes.
Yeah, so you're like this all around me. That's why I was like, you need to send me a flyer because
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
like,
I got you. I definitely got
you're everywhere. You're almost at my front door. I'm like, you keep doing this. I'm like, okay, all right, I got you. I heard you. I love every bit of that. You did send us in something else over here, Jay. I was checking this out down here, trying to see what it is. So down here, I see addicted. Let's see.
Oh, that's
Corrine and Mace.
yeah, I think that's from the last time I was on the show with you and Ray. That's I think that was one with Corinne and Mason your face, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you still with them?
No.
Okay, we won't play it.
No. So one thing about me, and I'm not speaking bad on any particular artist,
go for it.
but I tell artists all the time, artists, they get managers and they think, basically, if you have a manager, keep grinding. Don't stop what you're doing. Keep putting that work in. And if you're looking for management, I'm gonna tell you now, like, I'm a no nonsense, no BS. Like, you gotta be on your grind. I don't deal with nothing less. I tell artists, I can't want it more than you. I cannot want it more than you. But if you're not ready to grind, if you're not ready to hit that road, I'm not the manager for you, because I want artists that's serious, that's hungry, and ready to take their name to the next level.
That's refreshing to hear. That's very refreshing to hear, Jay. And I'm sure it's like any other position of not really authority, but like a teacher or parent. Sometimes you have to tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Okay, and sometimes you're very selective on what they want to hear, and grinding hard is sometimes something some may not want to hear, And listen, it's hard enough to get anywhere with good songs. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Listen, so it's like any little point of weakness can be your downfall, especially if you have people working with you, investing their time, their energy, their sweat equity, or even their finances. You better be up to par. I mean, I'm really glad to hear what you're saying, because that's the way it's got to be. I mean, our manager, she's a beast. And let me tell you, so I always tell this story, man. I mean, she's sweet and all that. I mean, she's a medical doctor by practice, but she takes that attitude into the music business. And again, I always say this: our old manager ended up being our friend who used to manage Marilyn Manson, the Mavericks, John Tovar. He was working with Dr. G there, and he's the one that basically pegged her, the nickname 5 Feet of Fury, only when needed. Only when needed. Okay, you print the active, but and then it goes back to, so it's not always, but sometimes those things are necessary, And
she's also a doctor, so it's a great, we make a great team. So her and I together, like, it's a great team. Now she will tell me, she'll be like, that one's trying to, they're trying to get more out of you than you should be giving. So when it comes to sync, when it comes to songwriting, when it comes to being an artist, when it comes to using your voice, when it comes to the mission, I'm like all down on that. Like, paperwork, the mission, got it. The whole artist lane, I'm a very giving person. So I have to go over here and say, like, everything I do, I go to her and I'm like, check this out, see what you think about it. So
but Tracy, you're prolific though. You work harder than, I gotta say, the most artists I've seen. I mean, you really, and like I always tell you this in every show, your multitasking is just beyond impressive. Okay, even while live, but you for Gloria, it's basically easy because she asks you, boom, you have it there. You're constantly working. You're constantly producing another song. You're constantly there. So, and that's how it's got to be. That's how it has to be.
I came in the world that way. There wasn't a choice. If I was going to eat, if I was going to sleep under a roof, if I was going to do anything, I had to do something to get it. So that's how I came in this world, and that is just how I work. So I don't know any other way. And it is a matter of stay on it, get in front of it, make sure you got food on the table, make sure you're helping people, and make sure you do not overlook like a kid over there that might have needed you to turn around and look. They might have needed just $1 for something to eat that day. That will never leave me. It just will never leave me. It's one of those that will be first in me before everything else I do. And I think I carry that over into maybe into my work. You just never want to miss those. I just never want to be that person. I never want to be that adult that is consumed with their life where they're not even recognizing something that they need to be doing to make a difference, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is how I think. And I didn't get the choice, but I think that I was put here for a reason in those circumstances, and I was able to learn by living it. So I have a lot to say. Let's put it that way.
Hey, Jay, real quick, when you basically have to, with some of the artists you come across and you have to kind of like tell them how it is. I mean, do they usually respond pretty well, or do you have to like I'm just, every artist, everyone's different. So I'm just wondering, sometimes you have to handle some artists with kid gloves to some degree, sternly, but or just straightforward,
Nah, I'm never gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm never gonna sugarcoat nothing. If I hurt your feelings, that's between you and God. I'm not a yes man. It's saying that I've never had negative feedback or had an artist feel a type of way for me speaking the truth about their music or whatever they're doing in general. Which I think, honestly, I'm surprised. Now that you asked me, I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised I haven't, because there's some amazing artists that have some amazing music out here, and they've sent me tracks, and I'm like, yeah, that's not it. Let's just delete that whole idea. You know what I mean? And it's not me being rude or disrespectful, but I'm not gonna set you up for failure. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, that's a hot track, and then you go perform it, and the crowd looking at you stupid. Now you looking at me stupid. Like,
great point. Bravo. That's
not gonna nothing.
Yeah, that's man, that's the right approach. I give you a lot of credit with that, Jay. You're not wasting time, especially in this business. Time is precious, and sometimes
in life.
Or in life in general.
Life is short.
Can you pull up that comment that was just up there?
What's that?
Can you pull that comment back that was just up there? Talking about someone that said they just used to manage artists.
That was that's Miss Katie talking about. What is it?
Go ahead. You can read it for the audience.
I used to manage artists in Washington State, time, finances, all of that. They wanted to goof off. You drop them like a bad habit, and you cannot want it more than you. So I
agree 100%.
That is the statement right there.
That's another thing we do. Like you said, time and finances. The most important, the main thing is that time.
Yeah.
There's nights I don't sleep. I'm like, when we get off here, I'll probably start calling venues on the West Coast. You know what I mean?
Smart.
And that's another thing with us. Like, when we go out of town, most of the time we carpool. Why does everyone take it's going out of town? It takes a lot of time of planning, finances, especially with hotels and gas. So even with us, if we going out of town, like we did a show, I think it was somewhere in Louisiana not too long ago, and it was like 8 of us. So we just ended up getting a 2-bedroom suite, and everyone going half on it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't have to do that. I don't. You know what I mean? But it helps everyone, including me. So in saying that, that's another thing. Like, with us putting all this time, all this finances, weekends without our kids, like they said, if you BS, and you gotta go, because we're sacrificing so much, so much.
Life is too short. And then I always say, in every moment of every day, every one of us get 30 seconds where something in that day, we've either made a decision, or someone else beside us is making a decision that could change our whole lives for the good or the bad. And you don't want that to happen. So life is short. It is precious. It is the time that is the biggest thing that you've got to watch for. That energy, number one. That time that you have here, you never know. It is short. Look at my man Dusty over here. Dusty, he says, I cannot tell you how many times I've heard that last line in real life. He's over here
Man,
going,
this is another one, man, that he appreciates what we do. You know what I mean? Like, especially when we go out of town, like it's like I tell people all the time, like managing artists is like having another set of kids, not calling them kids in general, you know what I mean? But like the responses he gives us, like we did a show, I forget where we was, but there was a bunch of mountains somewhere, and he was just in awe of the scenery, you know, and it's things like that that makes me love doing what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to see the joy out of everybody else.
the excitement.
Yeah.
I like that. Like a little kid waking up on Christmas. It's like
He was like, yo, there are these mountains.
I guarantee I got to get Dusty on. We do have a show that is for our artists. So those shows are always on a Wednesday. Our Tuesday shows are industry shows back behind the seat of the business. So 2 different shows that we carry. And so any artist that you have that you want to send this way on a Wednesday, it's also the list that we are building for 99.9, the whole indie catalog that I'm putting together for them. So for the show as well. Everybody right now, you're on with BSG, Boots, Stars, Guitars presents The Beat and the Business right now with Ralph Miguel, 100 Meter Scream, myself, Tracy Two-Step, and Jay Reckless on here tonight. Everybody thought, I'm not even gonna lie to you, even people talking to me are like, Jay Reckless is an artist. You need to go talk to him. So for the longest time, there are people out there, I guess because you're on the stage, you're moving in all the circles. It is being an artist, actually, just because you're not seeing the actual words, that actual song that's out there. There is an art to creating and bringing together everything to make it come together and perform. Actually, there is. It takes a special person, that's for sure. So everything that
I'm always on stage. Like every picture you see of me, I'm either on stage.
You're on stage.
Like I host all my own shows. You know, I even do comedy, magic shows. I do it all. So
yeah. Well, I'm still learning from you. Like I'm learning by you. So I'm looking at you and going, okay, what do we need to add here? Ralph's like, what is she going to add to our plates? Like, watch out. Watch out. But I would agree. Time is actually more valuable than money. Yes. Trust. Yeah. Yes. 100%. I agree with that one. Agree with KERB. I see you out there too. Neil Spartman saying he agrees as well with KERB. Time is money. Money is the root of all evil, if you want to ask me. But there is a necessity called food, electricity. There's some things that we need to do and to take care of our kids and our family. That's a number one, got to give it back to them. I actually did meet, and I was just very, very happy that, your whole family, so I actually got to meet your other half is what I would call it. And immediately, without even knowing my background, she had no clue, anything I brought up in here. Like I've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. When you come up through the foster system or the system in general in the streets, she immediately I don't know what it was, but we connected too. I just remember standing outside and we were connecting. Somehow we got to talking about kids and the streets and some things that she would have had no idea that's the world that I came from. So that's a whole other show that I really don't want to get into my background, but it was interesting that I'm standing there, and while I think you were talking with Ray or someone else, and then immediately we're connecting, but we're actually connecting on a subject. She had no clue that was like my life. Yeah, so I was like, she really there was a connection immediately. I was like, man, I want to be able to reach out to her and go, you have no idea. I actually know exactly what you're talking about. So that's for another show. We will get into that on another show. I've been asked by many, many people if I would get into that. And I said, well, that's my talk show. We'll get into that later. This is why I'm in music. It's my therapy. It's therapeutic. It is medicinal to me. So music is my medicine is what it is. So Mr. 100 Meter Scream up there. y'all are out there in Florida, in Orlando right now, doing what you do, right?
Yeah, I do the help with the stage management for Spooky Empire, which is one of the largest horror sci-fi conventions in the country. So my good friend Petey Mangeli, he's the one that put that together, and it's like, God, it's now in its 22nd year. So it's 2 shows a year. This is like the late spring show, and then the big show is in October, and it's going to be on Halloween, which we are performing on Halloween night.
I wish I had that picture, y'all.
I'm intrigued. I want to be there. Halloween, huh? I'm super intrigued by this.
Hey, you come. I'll hook you up with a pass. If you anybody wants to come that I know,
yeah, definitely. I need to make it out there anyway. Big shout out to my brother. My brother's in Tampa. He just got hired by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So big shout out to my brother Michael Brown.
Oh wow. Oh, okay.
Tampa Bay. Yep. I'm out from the Daytona area.
I'm definitely intrigued what you talking about. I definitely want to be there for Halloween for sure.
Yeah, it's a 3-day it's a 3-day event. It's a 3-day convention. They bring a lot of celebrities, and they'll bring in some bands. It's a lot of fun. So you can look up Spooky Empire.
Yeah, we'll end up getting you information on that. But I wish I had the picture in here to show you, like, their band, like on the stage. Ralph, like, who the heck were you?
Well, I had to think of something that was cost effective, because these costumes nowadays can be just so expensive, and something that wasn't cliche. So because the bass player is like, man, it's got to be something that's not expensive and this and that. So I was thinking, I said, okay, well, how's about the 4 of us be like classic serial killers, right? So I wanted what's his name, Gacy. He was like that. He dressed up as a clown and killed like a bunch of guys. But our manager had a bit of a cow. She wanted me to be Jack the Ripper, I guess, because my long hair and more of the gothic thing. But then my buddy Petey's like, oh, I would love for you to be I forgot, Gacy, man. Make a long story short, I ended up being like an amalgamation of both. I had the Jack the Ripper kind of outfit and type up, but I had the Gacy clown kind of makeup. So I was like this bizarre kind of character, which of course at Spooky everybody loved. Our bass player was what's his name? The dude that ate all the young Asian boys and was Jeffrey Dahmer. Our drummer,
young Asian boys.
Well, he did. I don't think I had he had a fetish or something.
I did not know that part.
Yeah, well, I found out all about this stuff later. I didn't realize that my band was very kind of into these guys. Our drummer, who I want you to put him in the eating contest when we're out in Houston.
Yeah.
He was like the exact duplicate of that guy, the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez from LA.
Nice one.
Yeah, the nice quiet one. Yeah, he's Richard Ramirez, and then our guitarist Avery, he's actually an adjunct professor at the University of Miami for School of Jazz. Great guitarist, but he was Ted Bundy, and what freaked me out is, oh my God, thank you, that's who I wanted to be. And he knew like all the backstory of Ted Bundy. I'm like, man, Avery, ask our manager. And when we went live, he even put like that harness, like Ted Bundy would pretend that his arm was injured, so he put it in a sling, and then he would tell like the girls, oh, can you help me with my surfboard? And then like show him into the car. He even came on stage. I'll send a picture, but he was in the sling, and it was a big hit, and we lived up to it. And I
definitely want to be there. Just don't eat me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know I needed this on tonight, but I'm clutching over here.
Well, I wanted Jay Reckless to have the whole backdrop and background of the.
That's dope. I like it.
You definitely taught me something tonight. I did not know it was like Asian boys specifically.
Well, I don't think that was his preference.
I don't think he cared. I thought it was like.
No.
She said, I don't think he cared.
Yeah, I think he would have taken all sorts of, it didn't matter what kind of, but I think it's like that's from what watching the documentary or hearing these guys talk. He had a bit of a fetish if he could get away with
Definitely had a fetish.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely, yeah. For
he had a
spice
some,
liver, spice spleen.
Oh man,
oh,
my head hurt.
he had a
That's funny.
fever of some sort. I don't know what he had.
So-
but they all had it.
So we might go again as that for Halloween, or we might change it up. We don't know yet. So we'll see what happens for Halloween night, Jay. But
They're over here rolling, by the way. There are people over here like
Man, that's awesome, Ray, man. Y'all check him out, man. He's an amazing,
Yeah.
amazing artist, man. Super,
All
super
right.
dope.
need to come on here, Ray. Ray's
He's
over here
amazing.
laughing like me. I guarantee my face was twisted up in all kinds of ways during this show. Number one. Number two, the clip that's going to come out of here is going to end up being all of us cracking up over.
Well, you want to hear something weird? There's a cinnamon toast
we
crunch.
already did.
No, this is even weirder. There's a cinnamon toast crunch commercial. That cereal cinnamon toast crunch.
Eating each other.
It's like a Jeffrey Dahmer back.
Yeah.
Like, you see a cinnamon toast crunch. Yeah, like creeping up on another cinnamon toast crunch on an alley, and then just like, oh, I can't resist. Boom. And it kills. And then he goes into his apartment. He's got all these different pieces of cinnamon toast crunch in his fridge, but he's a cinnamon toast crunch. It was the most. I mean, our Dr. G had to go on Reddit because I said we can't be the only one noticing this. But no, there were other people who said, yeah, this is creepy stuff. I mean, kind of.
So one of them liked cinnamon toast crunch cereal. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah. He's cannibalizing other cinnamon toast. He's a cinnamon toast crunch. Yeah, I get right, and he's eating other cinnamon toast crunch.
I'm never gonna eat cinnamon toast crunch again, and I love that cereal.
Just YouTube it or Google it. You'll see the commercial.
I'm good. I don't think I'll ever forget these two pieces. I will never Yeah, I just have to
It's a little off-putting. It's like I like cinnamon toast crunch, but now after seeing that, I'm like, I better just stick with Lucky Charms or something until something comes out on
something lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, so just a tidbit of extra info for everybody, I guess.
We would have to have a psychologist on this show right now to break every bit of that down. Like every bit of that right there. We would need someone to come in here and go, yeah, this is what's going on with that show. So love every bit of it. Here tonight with you, Jay Reckless. I had no idea either we would be getting educated on the ways of who and how they went about their lives in consuming people and a whole music show that you can put on about it too. And I'm not even kidding. You know who would eat this up is Houston. Houston would eat this up. Like this, what you're talking about in Houston, Texas would become a huge, I'm not even lying.
Well, if Jay wants,
I know where this will go.
If Jay wants to hook it up, we'll come dressed up as
I'm not even kidding.
I guess
let's do it. I know someone that does big Halloween events, and he hosts them at actual haunted houses.
Oh wow!
So big shout out to my guy Kel, man. So basically they'll set the stage up, and so you have whoever's gonna show up for the show, and then hundreds of people in line waiting to get into these haunted houses, jamming out with you.
Oh wow!
It's
Cool.
dope. It's dope.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, people ask us, "Hey, why don't you stick to that?" But yeah, I mean, we don't want to be known as the serial killers, band. And now with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, serial killer has a double mantra, cereal to cereal.
Dude,
But
I'll never eat it again. Never.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
just
Jay,
sunk in.
well, let me change it up a little bit. What part of New York you from?
I'm from Staten Island.
Oh, Staten Island. Okay. Yeah, I have some cousins in Long Island. A lot of family in North Jersey.
Yeah.
Union City and Hoboken and Cherry Hill. So I'm up there quite often. I haven't been up in there in a while, but yeah, something. Yeah, there's nothing like New York and North Jersey either. New York City. I mean, I guess you remember the days of CBGB and all the clubs in the Village, and there used to be so many places to perform. that's kind of gone to the wayside a bit too, right, Jay?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, we're getting like, we all thought it was anyone breathing, number one. We're getting all kinds of stuff over here. I'm just like, okay, yep. They're like, yep, that's crazy, yep. But you do have over here, he's like, wait a minute, I got a lawyer that goes viral every year being Michael Myers. And I'm like, okay.
In a fun way.
Yeah, in a fun way.
That's kind of funny because we open up the show with the Halloween themed song, but we do it like in a heavy style. So in that it's in 5/4, and we play it, and that we open up with that, and then we go into like one of the songs right after.
Cool.
So it catches everybody's attention because it's that John Carpenter right 5, but we do it with the guitar, the drums, and both a heavy distortion. So it's pretty cool.
I like it. I love it. I could see it. I definitely could see it being here. I like everything that you're out there doing, Jay, on the beat. What advice do you have? I get it all the time. There's people coming to me. They're like, man. So number one, I would categorize me as a songwriter. I wouldn't call me an artist, but in songwriting nowadays, just not there. It's I love to collab though. By the way, I saw Dusty over there talking about that. He's like, wait. I'm like, yeah, he has no clue. Different genres, I mix it all up. I mean, just if you think you're going to look at me and you're going to get one thing, you're going to get the opposite. I can tell you that. You're going to get the opposite of what you thought you were going to get when you're going to come work. I think that Ralph will tell you that. But I would consider me as a songwriter as my specialty. And then after that, I don't know. I mean, I don't push anything else except my foundation, and then being able to carry through artists, being able to get artists where they need to be to get them in radio. So we need to do that. We got to do a better job of getting them taken care of when it comes to that. And so I've got that on my table as well as the foundation. What would you say, Jay and Ralph? I'm asking you both. I get a lot of discouraged artists and people because of the digital platform situation going on right now out there in music. And do you have so Jay, when you're managing your artists, we got Spotify, we got distro, we got a lot of different distributions. There's a lot of things out there going on in music. So there's a lot of good things that people that are not in music are like, oh man, I can get music like that. Like I can go grab it. I can put it on my social media. I can put it all over here. And I'm like, but did you know that artist that did that music, like, I need you to do more because like they don't make pennies anymore. And so now it's like a wooden nickel. Like we're waiting on the wooden nickel to come through. So I'm just wondering what advice that you may have aside from getting into those festivals. That's a big one right there. But what is it to you? Because I'm going to tell you flat out that I am thinking about going straight to consumer.
Yeah.
I'm about to think about skipping everybody.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to say this, and I've been saying this. USBs are the new CDs. I'm going to say it again. USBs are the new CDs. The problem we have now with all this digital stuff, and don't get me wrong, especially with us older folks, we gotta learn how to go with the times. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you know what 50,000 views is gonna barely get you $5, if that, let's go back to the old school and let's get in here, let's hit that pavement. Let's hit that pavement and let's start selling our music, man. Man, USBs are the new CDs.
I can't believe you said that. Ralph, Gloria has to hear this. I actually advise. So I'm advising an artist right now and their whole team. I said, you need to be out there with USBs, little floaty keychains, and you are selling those at your festival. That's the number one thing you need to do. And they were like, I was a yes. That is the number one thing I would do. So I already gave them free. Like that's a big, huge chunk of free advice right there.
Another way to get your music out there, especially if you got iPhones, airdrop your. If you sitting in traffic, if you are in traffic, airdrop your music. Airdrop your music.
Boom.
Like there's
right
so many
too.
ways to get your music out there besides the digital platforms that's not paying you nothing. Airdrop your music.
And Jay, we were talking about this. Remember, Tracy? Believe it or not, the USB is probably going to be the most convenient, and at least it's a physical item, which a lot of people are kind of going back. They want something physical from the artists or the bands, but also vinyl. I'm sure you know this, Jay, has made a comeback. It's just expensive. It's expensive, yeah. And CDs. I didn't know that till recently.
CDs are right now
are making also a comeback. So depending on what level I guess the artist is at, or they can have all three. The one that's gonna be the easiest is the USB, and probably the most cost effective. Yep. All right, and that's right there, ready to go. But if anybody else has a little bit more dough and they're really into you, you can always have maybe 100 CDs. Kind of done, for those people who really enjoy what you're doing, and eventually get to that point to do vinyl, you might have that, but USB is probably the kind of the way right now a lot of artists can really get their stuff out there. And the airdrop, what you said, that's another way of getting all that. But the thing is just getting it out there, getting it out there. That's the best marketing for yourself, is just getting your songs out there to as many people as possible, So, that's a great idea, the USB.
Biggie got a good question. He said, "What if you're just a songwriter but can't sing?"
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Ghostwrite. Find artists. Sell your lyrics to them. You know what I mean? There's so much ways to make money in this industry. So much ways to make money in this industry. It really is.
So that's where I use that word collab a lot. So a lot of the collaborations would be, writing. And I did write you back as well. Biggie actually is co-hosting on a whole different platform for us right now. He is live. They're at 29.7 right now. They got a clock counting down at me too. So that is Biggie, who really wanted to see what you would say to that. And that's what I would say too. It's the networking again. It's the collaborating, and it's the just circling around with other people.
Yeah, well, look at Elton John. Elton John doesn't write his own lyrics. He has John, what's his name, Pofker? I forgot the gentleman's name. Elton John writes the music, piano, but he's got his lyricist, and who's a great. I mean, look at all the songs that that Elton John has that were written by guys. This is Pofker, I believe, is the guy's last name, and I think he even won a Grammy along with Elton John for his work on the lyrical content. So there's a lot of ways of doing stuff. But by the way, and Tracy says she is like I said, a prolific songwriter, but I always have to give her props. She's one of the best singers I've ever heard too. I'm not just, and I've heard a lot. I don't throw that out lightly. I mean, she is, I know she has a situation with the vocal cords, but even where she's at, she's wow, great.
I appreciate that, Ralph. Like between you and your band, and there's very few people that I will my music gets around, and there's a reason. But here soon I'll have another Something's Happening. So I mean, I will have. I mean, this part can be known under it's a step under Sony, so 2-step records. And I do have a percentage between masters and all these different other pieces that are I was going to call her our guard dog, the big dog, Dr. G was like, have this, like the contract. I was going back and forth. So what does that mean? Does that mean I've got something massive? No. It means that I was smart enough to say, I got to own some of my masters. I've got to own some of my songwriting, my publishing. There's just different areas there. So for like you, Biggie, you were talking about songwriting. So the really big pieces to know about are the business side. what do you want to do on the business side, and getting yourself set up right in the right way. That's a huge piece of it in the music industry. So I'll have more coming out about that. And then I actually am dropping that song June 19th. So it's not out. I can say it on here because we're on a show that's going to end up going out on TV. Not too many people that are going to smack my hand are paying attention right now. So that one will, and that's for America 250. So that kind of falls right in line with the Sergeant Two-Step Foundation, our mission, and that is why I said yes. Usually I say no. I don't want to use my voice. I want it to go to an artist, somebody else. But this is the second time this has happened to me, so it'll be rare. I'm using this as a mission. So as the Gold Star Mother, yes, I will do it, but we're doing it for a good cause. So that's where that comes in. Y'all, we are here on BSG about the beat in the business. And yes, we just, they said we just leveled up something at the business department. So they liked the part that we just got back to, was we leveled up in the business department. And does Jay have any other information or tips when you're out there in that business mind? Because music is a business. So in any other business, this is how I think. If I'm going to work in PR, I'm going to work at the school, I'm going to work at the store, no matter what I'm doing, it's business. So you're working. It's the same thing in music. So it's really just how I look at it. I don't know. But the networking part is the biggest side to me, is that I enjoy it. It's a passion. And you can usually tell when someone is really in it because it's their passion, or if they're in it like in the grind, and then they'll go quick. I mean, honestly, you'll fizzle out really, really quick, because if you can't do the grind, if you can't be the passionate person behind your music, your writing, any of that, it'll burn you out quick. It will. Yeah, it's not an easy business. Yeah, that's my tip. I'm gonna let Jay and Ralph over here both say something.
Networking for me is definitely major, especially for artists. It should be a major thing too. But also at the same time, as much as networking is important, remember everything's not for you. Every event's not for you. And I'm speaking to all the artists listening that's going to be listening or watching in the future. Every event is not for you. Also, I'm one that likes to observe, especially where we're at the clubs or venues, whatever we're doing these shows. I need artists to understand your performance doesn't start when you get on stage and ends when you get off stage. Your performance starts the minute you walk in that building, and it doesn't end until you get home. Because you never know who's watching. You never know who's watching. Like that one rule I have with my artists: no drinking before you get on stage. No drinking before you get on stage. I tell you, because
no, it's true.
As observant as I am, you never know who's even more observant than me. You know what I mean? You never know who's in the building. You never know what eyes are on you. So you can be an amazing artist, amazing performer. You could draw that crowd that where they can rock with you. But if you, the rest of the night, the other 2-3 hours you there, and you're a messed up individual, or you're rude, or you're just belligerent and drunk, no one's going to want to do business with you. So remember, your performance starts the minute you walk in whatever venue you are at. I'm not even gonna say the minute you walk in the venue. The minute you park your vehicle, you in that parking lot. Until you get home, you are in your room, in your house, the doors are closed. That's when your performance ends. And also, one last thing I want to leave everybody with: if you are up and coming artist, I know a lot of artists. Jay, I got a lot of songs that I haven't put out yet. I just had this conversation last night. My question is why? If you're an up-and-coming artist, stop holding music. I don't care how many people know you in your city. There's 10 times as many people that don't know who you are. Stop holding your music. But at the same time, don't just drop track after track after track after track after track, because now your music is fighting against each other to get out there. Come up with a plan. If you're an up-and-coming artist, don't just a lot of up and coming artists like to just drop surprise tracks or surprise albums. If no one knows who you are, why are you dropping a surprise album? You're not Beyonce, where you could drop a track without telling anybody and drop it at midnight.
Yeah.
Promote your stuff. Promote, please. That irks my nerves. That grinds my gears. Promote your music. Stop doing these surprise drops.
Yeah. But you know what, Jay, I have to, but you know what, with artists, if they're lucky enough to have someone like you, or like we have Dr. G, or I have people, you know, it's always good for your music or your songs to go through somewhat of a quality control check. Have others listen to it. Make sure it's up to standard. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to be putting songs out there just for the sake of putting songs out there. There has to be something to the song, because then you're diluting yourself, you know, by putting one song after another that just sounds the same. You know what I'm trying to say? There has to be a certain quality control to some degree. And there's artists out there that, they have a lot of songs, but how many of them are really going to resonate with people? And look, there's a lot of diamonds in the rough. You know, maybe you got to change the chorus. You got to maybe change it from a major to a minor chord. Yeah, little things like that can make a big difference. And that's why another set of qualified ears, and they don't have to be a musician, okay, or an artist. Like, as a matter of fact, more often than not, people who aren't musicians or artists sometimes are good individuals to judge songs. Okay, if they have that, you know, believe it or not. So I always stress, just you know, have some others listen to your song, you know, and get some feedback before you start putting them out, you know. So that's another advice I would put out there. I'm sure you, and look, I heard you say it earlier, which I love that when you said people send me tracks, they drop tracks. I'm like, sorry, this ain't happening. And dude, I know it sounds brutal, but you're doing them a favor. They don't realize that they're going to take it as a slight. That's that's how a lot of sometimes certain artists and people in general think. They don't know that they're not thinking outside of themselves, thinking, hey, you know what, maybe this person has a point. They're looking, you know, they're looking for my best interest, you know, or looking out for my best interest. That's how you should go into it, thinking, okay, maybe let me self-analyze. Well, maybe this is not really up to, you know, really as strong as it could be or can be. So it's always good that, you know, as an artist or in the band, to always have your music go through another, hopefully, pair of ears or multiple and get some feedback on it before you release it. So
I'm laughing because, you know, Dr. Gio there will get about 5 to 7 back to back at like 1 to 2 in the morning. Boom, 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 boom. Here you go. Like, which one? When I can't make up my mind, it's like, there are certain people that I trust, and I'm like,
but Tracy, you're like a Nashville writer. I mean, like I said, you're prolific, and I'm not saying this to make you feel better, because, you know, I tell it just like Dr. G. She tells it straight out, or even Jay, I'll tell you straight out. If I give compliments, they're warranted. And you are prolific.
What am I?
Huh?
What, you said something? NASA? What did you say?
Well, I'm sure your music can be played up in NASA and space, but I'm saying you're a prolific. You're like what I'm saying is that you're like one of these Nashville songwriters that writes for other artists, that you come up with song after song after song, okay? And I've heard a lot of them, and every song has its merit. That's not common, you know.
It's usually true stories. So it's trials and tribulations throughout life that I'm turning into my songs. So usually what you hear is there's something in there that is literally my story. So that's where that comes from.
But look what you're doing. You're sending it to Dr. G and others to see, okay, which one's better, which one has more of a hook. You yourself, even though you're writing all these songs, you're kind of in a way sending it through like a quality control kind of thing, you know, which is smart, because there's certain songs I like more than others. I've told you this before. I think that every song has something to them. I mean, they're all. I mean, you have consistency in good songs, you do, but there's certain ones that, you know, maybe it's a personal thing too. You know, like I like that one particular song where you got that heavy chorus and you hit that that amazing note, you know,
There,
and
there's,
you don't like it. You don't
I
like it,
don't.
but I think
There
it's
is
awesome.
one song that I'm like, I don't get it, y'all. That is the one song I was going to throw it away. So it's like, yeah, I definitely.
So, but
between-
that's a good
I don't know
example.
what it is, Jay. It's like, has this ever happened to you where you're working with an artist and there's a song and they're like, no, and then you're like, no, wait a minute. There's something there that you're not hearing.
There's actually, I wasn't involved in it, but I interviewed this group called Crew Minor, and we were listening to a track during the show, and he kept saying, "This is my throwaway beat. These are throwaway beats," and we're all saying, like, "Why? Like, these beats are fire. You know what I mean? Like, why are these throwaway beats? Like, no, stop downplaying what you do. These beats are amazing." So that's the most I can say about that situation. But
I was gonna throw it away, literally.
He was like, "Yeah, it's just one of the throwaway beats." I'm like, "What? This beat is crazy."
Most definitely, most definitely. You too, Miss, preparing for your show. Most definitely. Shout out there, KERB. Great. All this info, all those flyers. I'll be sure to get that. KERB. I think I might have even started hitting her too, going here. So there's only certain people like I'm like, here, just check it out, and then we'll go from there. But I would just say to like Biggie Paul, for instance, like send your track over, let me hear it. I'd love to hear it. So just like I do to like, there's just certain people I'll send it out to. I don't have a big answer. I don't have some huge network. Well, we all network, right? So we do have a network, but it just depends on what it is. So for every situation and every artist of every genre, I can sit back and I have to think, yes or no, and would I have somebody? And I tell you the truth. If I don't, I don't. If I do, I do. So, and if I don't, usually we can find somebody else who does. So I would say keep at it. And if it's something that is your passion, why would you even let somebody tell you no? Like, don't. Just keep going. Keep doing it. It's like eating for me. And I love food, so I shouldn't have gone there. But what I meant was to stay alive. Hydration, food, all that. Part of that is me and my songs and the writing and all that. That's just part of me. Like I don't exist without that part. So you can tell when there's someone that's, whether you want to be a songwriter, you want to be an artist or whatever it is you want to be it bad enough, you will be it. I don't know how else to say it, but I promise you in some way, you will end up around it, in it, the way that you're supposed to be. I can't promise you that, but I can tell you that even for myself, if I really wanted to go for it and jump up there, that's a different story. But I like where Jay's at. I like being that person on the other side. I like being behind the scenes with radio. I like being in a nonprofit. I love seeing other people get up on the stage and being able to do what they do so well. Like you, Ralph, like we haven't even talked as much. Like you're the person that has that voice, like 100-meter scream right there. Like that guy has a voice above. And I've heard a lot of people in their music right there. You and your music is like, out of everybody I've listened to, 2025 to 2026, like top three. Like I'm not kidding. Y'all have got to be out there like getting it. We got to get you into Texas. It's just you're at the top. You're at the top tier.
I appreciate that very much, especially coming from you, Tracy, who's another juggernaut of a talent. So it's much appreciated. Yeah.
That was not me. That was our live audience over there hitting their clapper over there. I swear my hands are here. We are hitting the end of the show right here. So we are about to wrap it up. Shout out because we are on TV with HTTV, HMG, 99.9 One Star Radio. Everything that we're doing with the CMAs is coming up. We have so much to bring to you that you're going to have to keep tuning in. I will get back with Jay. We will get more artists for the indie going on, get more music flowing in, more artists coming in. And we're going to wrap up this show and say goodnight to you on this show with BSG, the beat and the business, and say thank you to Jay Reckless. Jay, do not go anywhere. Let me tune out right now. And thank you to 100 Meter Scream, Ralph.
Little bit reckless, you can't hang, you can't handle Texas. Yeah.